What is up, everybody? It's your boy Ethan. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, and I'm here with my boy Fate,
Hello, hello.
and we're here to bring you a new project. This is called GG Inc., and we're going to be a huge tournament server in the Pokemon Draft League scene. We're going to be the biggest, so yeah, nobody's going to compete with us in terms of competition. We're going to have the best competition, you know, the best prize pools. We're going to have something to play for. That's the overall goal with this. We're gonna give you something to play for and something to be competitive about, unlike all these other little small tournaments that have been starting up. They're just
Yeah,
you're just playing them.
yeah. Basically, the point of the server is to provide the best competitive atmosphere for tournaments and just the highest quality tournaments in the community.
Yeah, we're gonna revive what people like to call Prime Draft League, or we're gonna attempt to at least. But we're gonna introduce the our qualification tournament. That's what we're gonna start off with. Go ahead, Fate.
Okay, so the first tournament that we announced with the release of the server was the GG Inc. Kickoff tournament, and the kickoff tournament is part of a larger circuit that you're gonna play in and earn points to play in a seasonal tournament down the road. So there's three qualification tournaments for that seasonal tournament down the road, and obviously the better you do, the more points you'll earn in each tournament. So basically, you make brackets from each of the qualification tournaments. You're gonna be able to earn some points and be on your way to qualifying for that final tournament. But I think we should also mention that this first tournament is free to play, but the other two qualification tournaments are paid to enter. Do you want to talk about that, Tox?
Yeah, so this one, even though it's free to play, it's still gonna have a huge prize pool. Like we have a current prize pool of 500, and this will be split between the top three guys. First place will get the most, then second place will get. So it'll be a 60, 30, 10, right? So first place will get 60% of the money, second place will get 30, and then third place will get 10% of the money. And points are going to be listed. Points are here for one reason and one reason only, and it's to qualify for the All-Star bracket and the huge seasonal tournament. Um, the All Star bracket is going to give you a shit ton of benefits. The biggest one is you're going to be able to play in the huge tournament for free and with a overwhelming advantage over everybody else. So the advantage I'm talking about is getting put in the All Star bracket. So you get put in this bracket, right, where you're in winners. So it basically gives you two lives, or at least an extra life. You can lose a series, a best of three series, and you're still going to be in the tournament. Unlike everybody else, who not only has to pay $10, but they're going to be starting in the losers bracket. So I think it's a pretty good deal. I think you should be, aiming to get into that permanent top 16, and getting in that, all star bracket.
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Just to dive in further about what that final tournament is, the All Star tournament. Um, so we mentioned that the top 16 will qualify for the All Star bracket where they're already in winners bracket. Everybody else will start in losers bracket. So they qualify for winners bracket and they don't have to pay to enter. But the general public that didn't qualify can still pay to enter that tournament. They're just going to start in losers, whereas the All Stars will start in winners. And I just think that's something important to like make sure you guys understand about that final tournament.
Right, and I mean that's not the only advantage the All Stars are going to get. Like we're partnered with a lot of leagues like DPL, Coliseum. A lot of these leagues are super prestigious within the draft league community. So if you're an All Star here, odds are you can go and sign up for one of those tournaments and get in because you're going to have clout, and you're going to get clout money. You're going to get all the good shit that the draft league scene has to offer by playing here. And you're also going to get your own role that you can flex on others, the golden role, and you're going to get your own unique role. So let's say you're top dog, you're first place in the server in points. You're going to get rank 1, and everybody's going to look at you and they're going to be like, "Holy shit, I don't want to play him. I'm going to fucking lose."
Yeah,
So, yeah, it's just a good thing to have. I do want to repeat what Fate said. This will be a free to play. The other two will be $10 buy-ins. So I'm just making sure everybody knows that. Take
yeah,
this opportunity to play in the free to play one. So you
right,
like if you win this one, you don't necessarily have to play in the other two. So that'll save you some
exactly.
money. But
Yeah, so we have the three qualification tournaments. This one's free to play. The other two are pay to enter. It's gonna be $10 to enter, at least as of now. And then we have the final tournament, which will hopefully be the biggest one. That's also pay to enter, but you won't have to pay if you're an all-star.
Correct. Do we want to go ahead and go into the drafting now and how that works?
Yeah, we can briefly go over each one, I think.
All right. So how the drafting is going to work is each player is going to draft 3 teams: Gen 9, Gen 8, and a Gen 7 team. And these are all going to be happening at the same time. So you're going to get a week to draft 3 teams. So be on top of shit. You're going to have a 4-hour timer, and I'd be looking at these draft boards and have a bland idea of what you want to get, because if it comes up to your pick and let's say you're not online and you get back online and you only have an hour left, you might not know what you want to get. So I say, have a little bit of an idea of what you want to get, because you're only going to have a week to draft these 3 teams, and then we're heading straight into the Swiss phase. Do you want to go ahead and explain to them how the Swiss phase works?
Yeah, so if you've ever watched tournaments that function in Swiss, even VGC tournaments, Pokemon VGC, they function with Swiss. So basically, you're going to play here, you'll play 6 rounds, and you'll play players with similar records to you. And then the top records will move on into a bracket phase following that.
Right. And you're
then,
gonna
yeah.
So
Go
you're
ahead.
yeah, okay. I just wanted to make sure we point out that it'll be rotating by generation for each round. Like round 1 will be Gen 7, round 2 will be Gen 8, round 3 will be Gen 9, and then it'll repeat. And the top records out of that will make it into the bracket phase, where it'll just be a best of 3. So you're gonna coin flip. Winner of the coin flip will get to choose the first format. Then whoever loses that game will get to choose the next. And then obviously you're gonna have your last format to play after that. As far as that, I think that's pretty much everything. We are accepting donations for the tournament, of course. If you do donate, you'll get into the next 2 qualification tournaments for free, and you'll get your own donator role. So I think it's a decent deal for sure. But is there anything else to cover?
Not really. I mean, everything else is just pretty general, like how the drafts work themselves, but that'll be in the rules. It's not that confusing. If you've played draft before, I think you'll be okay.
Yeah, but for anybody that's new, check out the rules doc. It's on the doc. You just have to click on this link. We have a lot of complex bands, so you need to make sure you look at it. Anything with an X is Terra band. Anything with a number next to it, that's how much it costs to Terra it. So make sure you read up on that. And you can only get 2 Terra captains in SV, and you can only get 2 Z move captains in Sun and Moon. And we have complex bands, for example, right here. Greninja's Torrent only, and Blaziken will be Blaze only. You can't use Speed Boost. So there's a lot of specific bands you got to look at, like Zygarde's Aura Break only, no Power Construct. So make sure you look at this, because if you draft Gren thinking you could Protein or Battle Bond, then you're gonna be you're gonna be mistaken. You can do it in SV. That's the only tier where Gren can do that. But in Gen 7, Gren can only run Torrent. So make sure you know that before you go drafting. And if you have any questions, hit me up. You can ask in general in the server, or you can just DM me. But I think that's about everything, right?
Yeah, I think we have given a great general overview of what the server is and what the circuit's going to be like.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, if we miss something, dictator clause, the mods they'll call the shots. So we need to point that out for a couple of individuals out there. But yeah, that'll be everything. Stay tuned. We're gonna have a lot of content coming out. We have a lot of content creators on the mod team, so stay tuned to some cool content coming out, and we will see y'all later.
Gotcha.